Jason Statham isn't your typical Hollywood actor. While most stars rely on stunt doubles, CGI, and carefully staged sets to avoid danger, Statham throws himself completely into the action. Every punch, every fall, every high-speed chase you see on screen is him. No shortcuts, no doubles, no excuses. From jumping off speeding cars to fighting underwater, crashing motorcycles, and surviving near-death accidents on set, Statham pushes himself past the limits most people wouldn't dare even approach. But why? Why risk life and limb over and over when most actors wouldn't dare step near that level of danger? The answer lies in his relentless pursuit of authenticity and the deep personal code he follows as both a performer and a professional. Statham's journey to action superstardom didn't start in Hollywood. He grew up in the gritty streets of England, learning toughness, resilience, and adaptability from an early age. Before he was an actor, he was a street hustler, diving for treasure, selling goods, and navigating environments where a misstep could have serious consequences. That street-hardened mindset prepared him for the rigors of stunt work, instilling a fearlessness that would later define his career. To him, danger isn't something to avoid, it's a challenge to master. That philosophy informs every move he makes on set. Athleticism has always been central to Statham's approach. Before his acting career, he was a professional diver, competing internationally and honing precise control over his body. That experience translates directly into his stunt work. The precision of movement, balance, timing, and fear management that allowed him to perform near-impossible dives now fuels his on-screen action. When you watch him leap from rooftops, fight underwater, or execute complex martial arts sequences, you're seeing decades of athletic discipline combined with years of high-pressure real-world experience. Statham's first big break in Hollywood came with Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, but even then, his talent was often overshadowed by his tough guy image. Directors recognized his charisma and timing, but many in the industry pigeonholed him as the physical performer, the guy who could fight, drive, or crash a car, but might not carry deeper dramatic weight. Statham leaned into his strengths, understanding that the action roles would define him, but he also quietly cultivated a work ethic that made him far more than a typical tough guy. What sets him apart is how much personal risk he's willing to take for authenticity. In the Transporter series, Statham performed almost every high-speed chase, vehicle flip, and fight scene himself. In Crank, he executed stunts that would make most stunt coordinators sweat. The attention to detail is staggering. He studies every angle, memorizes the timing, rehearses repeatedly, and pushes himself beyond physical and mental limits to ensure that every sequence looks real. He doesn't just want it to be dangerous, he wants it to feel dangerous for the audience. That's why viewers experience a visceral thrill whenever he's on screen. There's an energy you can't fake. The physical toll is enormous. Broken bones, concussions, muscle tears, and near-death experiences are all part of the job for Statham. On some shoots, he's survived stunts that would terrify most professional stunt performers. A car crash, a fall from a high ledge, or a fight scene with complicated choreography can easily result in severe injury. But for Statham, it's not only acceptable, it's necessary. Every injury, every close call reinforces his commitment to the craft and his drive for perfection. There's also a mental dimension. Performing stunts at this level requires not just physical skill, but razor-sharp focus and fear management. Statham has to anticipate everything: the way a vehicle will move, how an opponent will respond, even how his own body will react under extreme stress. One tiny miscalculation could have disastrous consequences. This mental preparation, combined with years of athletic conditioning, is what allows him to pull off sequences that seem impossible. It's not bravado, it's precision, planning, and dedication. Statham's insistence on doing his own stunts also stems from his belief in controlling the story. When an actor relies on a double, subtle nuances, the tilt of the head, the intensity of the eyes, the precise timing of a punch can get lost. By performing the stunts himself, he ensures every detail matches his character's energy and intention. The fight scene isn't just action, it's storytelling. It's character development through movement, risk, and tension. That commitment to narrative authenticity elevates his work above mere spectacle. Despite the obvious danger, Statham's approach has inspired both fans and the film industry. Directors know that casting him means pushing the envelope, creating sequences that would otherwise require dozens of doubles and achieving cinematic intensity rarely seen in action films. His dedication sets a standard. Audiences now expect realism, practical effects, and actors willing to put themselves in harm's way. Statham has redefined what it means to be an action star. Not just someone who fights, drives, or jumps from heights, but someone whose authenticity and skill create an unmatched on-screen tension. Even with all the risk, Statham views it as part of the craft, not as recklessness. Preparation is everything. He rehearses, checks equipment, calculates risks, and visualizes every move before filming. Yet accidents happen, and they've happened multiple times. On set, he's faced close calls that could have ended careers or lives, but he pushes forward, embodying the philosophy that the audience deserves full commitment. Every punch, every leap, every crash must be real, because Jason Statham isn't your typical